So the first question asks, how many students do not like either wrestling or swimming? So here we need to spot words. So the first word we're spotting is not. And then we have wrestling or swimming. So not wrestling or swimming. So if we have to write this out, it'll be wrestling or swimming and not wrestling or swimming. So we have to go look at our Venn diagram. So everything outside of wrestling or swimming. So that's this whole intersection here, but everything outside of it, which is only the 8. So we have 8 students over there. This one, these aren't elements. This is the amount of students that we have in each of these sections. So the amount of students that like wrestling and so forth. So how many students only like swimming? So here we have only and swimming. This means they don't like anything else as well. So that'll be only those 6 students over there. So let me just zoom out a bit so we can see more of this. Okay, how many students like wrestling or swimming? So wrestling or swimming. So we have our union there. So that is everything here as well as everything in here. So that is this whole intersection. So that is 11 plus 13 plus 6 gives us 30 students. Okay. So continuing on, how many students only like wrestling? So okay, how many students only like wrestling? So only and wrestling is the words that we have to spot. So that'll be that 11 students over there. How many students like swimming? Just swimming. There's no ors, ands, onlys, nots, just swimming. So we have 13 and 6, which gives us 19 students. Okay, how many students do not like swimming? So that'll be everything outside of swimming. So that'll be our 11 plus our 8, which then gives us 19 students. I'm typing because when I'm zoomed out like this, writing is rather difficult and it doesn't really read it well. Okay, so how many students do not like both wrestling and swimming? So here we have not, wrestling, and swimming. So here we've got our trick here. We need to first find wrestling and swimming. So that is our intersection here. So that has everything there. And then we need to find the not. That is everything outside of our intersection there. So that will then be 11 plus 6 plus 8, which will give us 25 students. Okay. How many students like wrestling and swimming? So here we have wrestling and swimming. Those are our words we have to spot. So we just have the intersection. That's over there. So that'll be 13. Then we have how many students like wrestling? That'll be just wrestling. So that is that 11 plus 13. And how many students do not like wrestling? That is everything outside of that. So that'll be 6 plus 8. So here we've got another example that we're going to try. And I'd like you guys to try this first. So for question number 1, how many students do not like either hockey or sailing? Please tell me your answers in the chat so that I can see whether you guys understand this. Okay. So here we have not like either hockey or sailing. Here's hockey, here's sailing. So our or is our union of the two. So it's everything outside of that. So that is the 13 and the 20. So 13 plus 20 gives us 33. So well done, guys. So next one, how many students like hockey or sailing or football? So we've got hockey or sailing, our union between the two, as well as our union between football. So that's everyone in here. So that'll be, goodness, 11 plus 4 plus 18 plus 8 plus 2 plus 12 plus 13, which will give us 68 students. Okay, so how many students like both hockey and football? So hockey and football. What is your answers? Please tell me in the chat. Okay, so here's our thing. Hockey and football, that and over there tells us that we need to look at the intersection between these two things. Remember, and has an N, it tells us we need to look at the intersection. So how many students like hockey and football? So that'll be just that part there. So that'll be 4 plus 18, which gives us 22 students. Okay. So the trick with these is to read very well and make sure that you go highlight these kinds of words. The nots, the ors, the ands. So you need to go highlight those. Make sure you understand those. So this here is 4 plus 18 is 22 students. Okay. So here we have how many students like sailing or football. So if we go look over here, or means we have our union. So that means we can just go color in everything that has to do with both. So we've got everything in sailing, so that's that. And we've got everything in football. So that's that. So everything that's colored in, so that's 13 plus 4 plus 18 plus 12 plus 8 and plus 2. So sailing or football will then give us a grand total of 55 students if we go add all of those together. Okay, there we go. Next one. How many students like hockey or sailing? So that or that we have there means we've got our union, so we can just go color in everything in hockey and everything in sailing. That's all of this, which gives us 11 plus 4 plus 18 plus 8 plus 2 plus 12. So that gives us a grand total of, I got something wrong. Sailing or football is 57 students. My apologies, guys. This one is 55. Okay. So here, our next question here is, how many students do not like sailing or football? So here we've got this not. So the first thing we need to do is figure out where's sailing or football. So that'll be this whole section over here. And not means everything outside of it. So we've only got 11 plus 20, which gives us 31 students. Okay. So the next question is, do not like both hockey and sailing. So now we've got that and there's not. So first, hockey and sailing is that section there. So we need to have everything outside of that section there. So that'll be 11 plus 4 plus 13 plus 20 plus 12 and plus 2. Okay. So if we go and we add all of that together, then we get 62. That is this intersection here, everything outside of it. That's what the not means. It's everything outside of whatever you're going to look at. So our last 3 questions. Here we've got another one that says not and. So we've got hockey and football. So here we have hockey and football. So that's that section there, but it's not. So we're looking at 11 plus 8 plus 2 plus 12 plus 13 and plus 20. So that'll give us our answer there. Our last question here is, how many students like hockey, sailing, and football? So this is a big intersection. This is just everyone that likes all of the above. So if we look at that, that'll be just this bit here. So that'll be 18 students. So here, our last one is, how many students like both hockey and sailing? So now we need to look hockey and sailing. So that's that section there, but not football. So we're looking at this section, but not the ones that like football as well. So that'll just be 8. Okay. So I want to show you guys this over here. So this is mathaids.com/Venn diagram. This website has a lot of ads, but if you want to go find it, just go to mathaids.com. If you scroll down, there's Venn diagrams. So this is what it looks like. So here is all of the worksheets that I worked through today. They generate multiple worksheets. So you can print 20 worksheets and all of them will look different. So you can go practice these very, very easily. So this is the ones where we had to color in. This is where we had to write which sections are colored in. Here we have to write down the elements, as well as here. This one just has 3 instead of 2. And these are the more important ones. These are the ones that you have to practice. This is the kind that you may get in a test. So if we go look here, so you can click on that, go in, and then it gives you some options. It gives you some language options. And down here, it will tell you include the answer page. If you then click on create it, then, wait, there we go. So here we've got our whole question over here, and here you've got the answers to it. So you can try this out, hide the answers first, and then afterwards you can look at whether you were correct or not and figure out why. Okay, so I'm going to put this link here in the chat so you can see it. There you go. And then you are most welcome to go get some more worksheets to practice on. I know lots of people have lots of trouble with Venn diagrams. I will be sending this to Ricky, so you are welcome to message him and ask him for this sheet, and he will give it to you gladly. So this front page here is the bit that is not in your books, the bit that they don't explain, and it's our terminology and what symbols we use for these things. So there you go.